New heated footage of NBA Youngboy Cenat goes viral. Stop scrolling right now, because this isn't just another viral clip, this is the kind of footage that rewrites the internet in real time. In the last 24 hours, a single video involving NBA Youngboy and Cenat has detonated across every platform at once, and people aren't calling it entertainment anymore. They're calling it a warning. Voices raised. Tension thick. Energy so uncomfortable that fans swear the camera should have been turned off long before it was. What makes this moment feel nuclear isn't just who's in the footage, it's what it suggests. Two worlds colliding. Loyalty turning shaky. A line crossed that can't be uncrossed. Viewers say the clip exposes months of quiet tension that nobody wanted to talk about, but everyone felt brewing. The kind of tension that doesn't come from one bad joke or one bad take, but from something deeper, messier, and far more personal. Within minutes of the footage surfacing, Twitter turned into a battlefield. Clips were slowed down, zoomed in, dissected frame by frame. TikTok went into full meltdown mode. Streamers stopped mid-broadcast just to react live. Celebrities started posting cryptic messages that felt way too perfectly timed to be random. And insiders are already whispering that this footage wasn't meant to go public, at least not yet. Because according to people claiming to know what really happened behind the scenes, what we're seeing isn't the explosion. It's the fuse. And if that's true, the fallout from this clip could permanently fracture relationships, spark betrayals nobody saw coming, and drag private beef straight into the spotlight. And here's the part that has everyone holding their breath. The video cuts off right before the situation fully erupts. The footage didn't leak quietly. It dropped like someone kicked the door off the internet and dared everybody to look away. The clip opens mid-moment, no context, no warning, just raw tension already boiling over. NBA Youngboy standing stiff, energy closed off, jaw tight. Cenat animated but clearly on edge, the kind of smile that disappears the second the camera catches it. And within seconds, fans knew this wasn't content. This wasn't a skit. This was real. People who claim they were nearby say the air shifted before anyone raised their voice. According to alleged insiders, this moment had been building for months, long before the cameras ever came out. Quiet resentment. Subtle shade. Things said off-stream that never made it to the public timeline. The footage just happened to catch the moment it finally snapped. What really set the internet off wasn't even the words. It was the body language. Youngboy allegedly stepping back, folding his arms, staring straight through like he was done playing nice. Leaning forward, talking fast, hands moving, clearly trying to explain something that felt bigger than the moment itself. Fans swear you can hear someone off camera mutter, "This ain't the time," right before the clip cuts. And that cut? That's what made it nuclear. Within minutes, slowed-down versions flooded Twitter. Lip readers started guessing what was said. TikTok creators claimed they could hear the tension even with the sound muted. One viral post claimed the argument was about disrespect that couldn't be walked back. Another insisted it traced all the way back to Kai's infamous album rating months earlier. Nobody agreed on the details, but everyone agreed on one thing: this wasn't random. Then the so-called insider leaks started rolling in. One account, freshly created, claimed the footage came from a private hangout that was never supposed to be recorded. Another said the camera was already rolling for something unrelated, and this moment wasn't meant for release at all. A third alleged that someone in the room intentionally leaked the clip to force the issue into the open. Each claim contradicted the last, but together they painted a picture of chaos behind the scenes. As the clip spread, fans dug up everything. Old streams of Kai praising Youngboy like a hero. Concert footage where Kai was front row, emotional, almost reverent. Tweets defending Youngboy during past controversies. People started asking the uncomfortable question out loud: how does admiration turn into tension like this? That's when the betrayal narrative caught fire. According to speculation gaining traction, Kai allegedly felt blindsided by how things shifted once personal lines were crossed. Others flipped it, claiming Youngboy felt used, saying Kai's support was loud when it benefited him and critical when it didn't. Screenshots of Kai rating Youngboy's album a 6.5 resurfaced everywhere, reposted with captions like "This is where it started." What once seemed like honest critique was now being framed as a spark that never really went out. Meanwhile, Youngboy's fans went into full defense mode. Threads popped up accusing Kai of clout chasing, saying the footage proved he pushed too far. Kai supporters clapped back just as hard, arguing he looked blindsided, not aggressive, confused rather than confrontational. The internet split clean down the middle, and there was no neutral ground left. Then came the celebrity reactions that poured gasoline on everything. A rapper close to Youngboy posted a vague story saying, "Too many people smile in your face." Deleted an hour later. A streamer associated with Kai tweeted, "Content creators aren't toys," then locked replies. Screenshots spread instantly. Fans treated every cryptic post like confirmation, every emoji like a confession. Behind the scenes, alleged sources say Kai was shaken. Not angry. Not defensive. Shaken. One person claiming to be close to his camp said he kept replaying the clip, asking how something so small could turn into something so explosive. Another claimed Youngboy was furious not about the argument, but about the footage existing at all. That should have never left the room, he allegedly told someone close to him. As the hours passed, a second angle of the footage surfaced. Shorter. Blurrier. Shot from farther back. But this version caught something the first one didn't, a moment right before things escalated. A pause. A look exchanged. Fans swear that's when something personal was said. Something that crossed a line. Something that made the confrontation unavoidable. Once again, the audio wasn't clear enough to prove anything, but the imagination did the rest. The meltdown online was instant. Twitter Spaces ran for hours with people screaming over each other about loyalty, respect, and unspoken rules between rappers and streamers. TikTok creators claimed they had DM proof explaining the beef. None posted it. Instagram pages teased full context coming soon without ever delivering. Suspense became the story. And just when it felt like the chaos couldn't intensify any further, one rumor dropped that changed the tone completely. Someone claiming to be connected to the situation said the footage wasn't the argument. It was the warning. According to them, what happened after the camera cut was far worse. Voices louder. Words sharper. A moment that, if it ever leaked, would permanently change how people see both Cenat and NBA Youngboy. No one could confirm it. No one denied it. Both camps went silent. No tweets. No stories. No statements. That silence felt heavier than any response. Fans began speculating about legal threats, about footage being scrubbed, about deals being made behind closed doors to keep the rest buried. And that's where this first chapter ends, not with answers, but with the realization that what went viral might only be the smallest piece of something much uglier. Because if the camera really stopped before the worst part, and if more footage exists somewhere, then this situation isn't cooling down. It's loading. The silence didn't calm anything down. It made it worse. When neither Cenat nor NBA Youngboy addressed the footage, the internet filled the vacuum with theories so wild they felt believable. And then, right when people thought the clip was all there was, the second wave hit, not footage, but context. Or at least what insiders swore was context. Late that night, screenshots allegedly pulled from private group chats began circulating. Blurry. Cropped. Names half hidden. Messages claiming the confrontation wasn't spontaneous at all, but the result of something that had been simmering for weeks. According to these leaks, there had already been tension behind the scenes over respect and boundaries, and the footage just happened to capture the moment where patience finally snapped. One message that went viral claimed Kai had been warned not to bring certain topics up around Youngboy, especially anything related to past streams, ratings, or internet narratives. Another alleged message suggested Youngboy felt like private moments were being turned into content without his consent. True or not, the screenshots lit a match under an already burning fire. That's when the narrative twisted. Suddenly, people weren't just asking what happened in the clip. They were asking what happened before it. Fans dug up old live streams where Kai joked about rappers, moments that once felt harmless now being reframed as disrespect. Clips resurfaced where Kai laughed off criticism, now being read as arrogance. Every second of his past content was put on trial. At the same time, Youngboy's history with the public eye came back into focus. Commentators pointed out how fiercely private he's always been, how often he's clashed with people he felt crossed a line. Supporters argued the footage showed him drawing a boundary. Critics said it showed him losing control. Once again, no middle ground existed. Then came the alleged voice note. A short audio clip started making the rounds on Telegram and Twitter Spaces, claimed to be someone who was in the room when everything went down. The voice said the argument wasn't about music and definitely wasn't about clout. According to the speaker, something personal was brought up, something that shouldn't have been said in front of cameras. The clip cut off before specifics were mentioned, but that omission made it even more explosive. Social media went into overdrive. Creators started claiming they knew exactly what the personal line was. Some said it involved loyalty. Others hinted at women, money, or private conversations being repeated out of context. None of it confirmed. All of it shared. Hashtags trended. Fan pages declared they were choosing sides. Reaction videos pulled in millions of views overnight. Meanwhile, celebrities close to both worlds started moving differently. A rapper who'd recently been seen with Kai quietly unfollowed him. A streamer who frequently defended Youngboy stopped mentioning his name altogether. A well-known industry blogger tweeted, "You'll don't know what happens when cameras turn off," then refused to elaborate. Screenshots spread faster than explanations ever could. Insiders claimed both camps were scrambling behind the scenes. Kai's team allegedly debated whether to address the situation head-on or let it die out. One source said he recorded a response video and deleted it 3 times. Another claimed Youngboy's circle was furious about the leak itself, more than the argument, and was actively trying to track down who released it. Then came the betrayal angle that sent the story into a darker place. A rumor gained traction that the footage didn't leak by accident. That someone present intentionally shared it to force a public reaction. According to one anonymous account, there was resentment in the room, someone who felt overlooked or disrespected and decided to let the world see the truth. No proof. No names. But the idea that this was an inside job made everything feel uglier. As the theory spread, paranoia followed. Fans began speculating about which friend could have done it. Comment sections accused random background figures. People slowed the video down, circling faces, pointing fingers. The energy turned from messy to invasive. And through it all, Kai and Youngboy stayed silent. That silence broke in the most indirect way possible. A late-night post appeared on a burner account allegedly tied to someone in Youngboy's circle. It read, "You'll only seen the polite version." 4 words. That was it. But it hit like a threat. Screenshots exploded across timelines. People begged for clarification. None came. Almost immediately after, a clip from one of Kai's recent streams resurfaced where he said, half joking, "I be walking on eggshells around certain people." At the time, nobody cared. Now, fans treated it like foreshadowing. Comment sections flooded with "This makes sense now," and he tried to tell us. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed Kai was spiraling. Not in anger, but confusion. One person close to him alleged he kept asking how things escalated so fast when he thought everything was love. Another claimed he felt betrayed not by Youngboy, but by whoever let the moment go public. The idea that a private confrontation became viral content reportedly shook him. Then, just when the situation felt unsalvageable, a new development dropped that forced everyone to pause. A third clip surfaced. This one was shorter than the others. Just a few seconds. But it showed the aftermath. People dispersing. Energy heavy. Someone off camera saying, "This shouldn't be online." That single sentence confirmed what many suspected: this was never meant for the public. And once that realization set in, the tone shifted again. Now the question wasn't who was right. It was who lost control. Media outlets began reaching out for statements. None were given. Blogs published think pieces instead. Streamers debated accountability. Mental health advocates chimed in, warning about the pressure cooker of fame colliding with constant surveillance. But the algorithm didn't care. The clip kept circulating. The speculation kept growing. And then, just before dawn, a final rumor tore through fan circles like electricity. Someone claimed there was a longer version of the footage. One that included what happened after the cut. One that everyone involved was desperately trying to keep buried. No one confirmed it. No one denied it. But insiders said if that version ever surfaced, it wouldn't just embarrass anyone. It would end relationships. With both Kai and Youngboy still silent, fans were left staring at their screens, refreshing, waiting for the moment someone finally cracked. Because the longer the quiet stretched, the more obvious it became that this wasn't cooling off. It was building toward something that couldn't be contained much longer. By the time the third phase unfolded, the internet wasn't loud anymore, it was tense. The kind of tension that creeps in when everyone realizes the next development won't be funny, won't be memeable, and won't be walked back. This wasn't about a clip anymore. It was about fallout. And according to whispers spreading through private chats, the fallout had already started long before the public caught up. Early that morning, a well-known reaction channel abruptly cancelled a scheduled live stream, posting only one sentence, "Out of respect, I'm not touching this." That decision alone sent shockwaves. When creators who thrive on chaos suddenly step back, people assume they know something. Screenshots of that post raced across Twitter, paired with one question over and over again: what did they see? Almost immediately, a new wave of alleged insider chatter surfaced, claiming both Cenat and NBA Youngboy had been contacted by lawyers within hours of the footage going viral. Not to sue. To contain. According to these claims, the concern wasn't public opinion, it was the existence of more recordings. Phones. Security cameras. Background footage that could resurface at any moment. Once that rumor hit, the energy online shifted from curiosity to dread. Fans started re-watching the clips with new eyes. That tense pause before the cut. The way people in the background suddenly stiffened. The off-camera voice saying, "Chill." All of it now felt like the calm before something worse. Comment sections filled with people saying, "This feels like the part before it gets ugly," and for once, nobody was joking. Then came the emotional breakdowns, not on camera, but reportedly behind closed doors. Sources claiming proximity to Kai's circle said he was devastated by how fast the narrative spiraled. According to these accounts, he didn't recognize himself in the clips being dissected online. He allegedly kept repeating that he never intended to disrespect anyone and that the moment was being torn away from its context. Friends were said to be urging him to log off completely, warning that, on the other side, rumors about Youngboy painted a different kind of tension. Not sadness, anger. Insiders alleged he was furious that something private had been turned into spectacle. Not just because it made him look aggressive, but because it violated a line he's been vocal about for years. Privacy. Control. According to one anonymous post, he felt set up, though no one could agree on who did the setting. That uncertainty sparked paranoia. Suddenly, everyone in the room that day became a suspect. Fans speculated about friends, assistants, security, even random acquaintances who might have been chasing clout. TikTok creators posted conspiracy-style breakdowns identifying who was standing where, who was holding what, who had their phone angled just a little too perfectly. The line between investigation and obsession disappeared. Then the celebrity reactions escalated again. A rapper loosely connected to both worlds tweeted, "If it wasn't meant to be content, why was it recorded?" That tweet ignited a firestorm. Supporters of Kai argued that recording is normal in content spaces. Supporters of Youngboy argued that consent matters more than culture. The tweet was deleted within an hour, but by then it had already done its damage. Not long after, a streamer who had collaborated with Kai in the past went live and visibly stopped himself mid-sentence while discussing the situation. "I can't say that," he muttered, eyes darting off screen. That clip alone went viral. People slowed it down, clipped it, looped it. Whatever he almost said became the new mystery everyone chased. Behind the scenes, alleged negotiations were said to be happening. Not peace talks, damage control. Sources claimed both camps were communicating indirectly through intermediaries, trying to prevent the release of anything else. The idea that unseen footage existed became the story itself. Fans weren't asking if more would leak. They were asking when. And then came the moment that truly rattled everyone. A respected music journalist tweeted, "I've been offered footage related to the Cenat and NBA Youngboy situation. I declined." No emojis. No thread. Just that sentence. It spread like wildfire. If journalists were refusing content, people assumed it crossed a line no one wanted to be responsible for. The speculation turned darker. Words like career-ending and irreversible started appearing in comments. At the same time, brands began moving quietly. A partnership announcement involving Kai was postponed without explanation. A Youngboy-related promotional post vanished from a major page. No statements. No confirmations. Just absence. In the celebrity world, absence is rarely accidental. As the hours dragged on, fans started to realize something unsettling. Even if nothing else ever leaked, the damage was already done. Relationships had been questioned. Trust had been eroded. Two fan bases that once overlapped in admiration were now tearing each other apart daily. And neither Kai nor Youngboy had said a single word to slow it down. Late that night, one final rumor sent chills through every corner of the internet. An anonymous account claimed that what happened after the camera cut involved words that could never be repeated publicly. Words that, if heard, would force people to choose sides permanently. The account offered no proof. No preview. Just the claim. It was deleted minutes later. Screenshots survived, of course. By then, exhaustion set in. Not boredom, fatigue. People felt like they were watching something unravel that shouldn't be entertainment. And yet, no one could look away. Because the unresolved tension was unbearable. As of now, the footage remains online. The silence remains unbroken. And the internet remains on edge. Because everyone knows this story hasn't reached its conclusion. It's paused. Waiting on a decision. A statement. A leak. Something that will finally tip the scale from speculation to certainty. And when that moment comes, whether it's tomorrow or months from now, the clip that started all of this may be remembered not as the scandal itself, but as the warning shot. If you're still watching right now, understand this: you're already in deeper than most people. This isn't just another viral moment you forget by tomorrow. This is the kind of situation that keeps